Tactically, on the field, everything seems to be working out very well here at Athletico Bilbao. But it's not on the field where the big problems are, they're off the field. And boy, is this turning out to be a difficult save. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Athletico Bilbao for the second of this 9-part mini-series. Or it may be shorter if I can't keep my job. And you're probably wondering, if things are going well, as I said in the intro on the pitch, why on earth might I lose my job? Well, the reason for that is that, yes, things are going very well tactically, but it's not on the pitch where the problems are. The problems have been off the pitch, and it does give me concern, not for this season particularly, but for the seasons to come. And the first problem that I've got is the amount of injuries that we have actually had. And if we go to the medical centre and have a look at the injury history, you can see this massive list of injuries that we've incurred. And we have had 61 injuries. 23 of them have been for 3 to 4 weeks or more. And so this is a huge amount of injuries that we've put up with in just one half of the season. Currently, I still have 4 players out at the moment: Sanchez, Moncayola, Berenjour and Vencoda, and they are all midfielders, and I'm really struggling to put together a midfield at the moment. This is something that I do have a problem with FM, and they do need to solve this, especially in the first season. You tend to get hit mostly in your first season, and I hope in FM23 they're going to address that. So injury-wise, it's not been great, and we've struggled to put teams together, but we've come through that. And I guess that means that the Spanish league is not the greatest league in the world. But in terms of transfers, this has been the other problem. And if we look at our transfer history, we have been able to sign no one. And even in the January transfer window, we managed to sign one player, John Moncayola, who came in, and within 20 minutes of his debut, he got injured, and he is still out and likely to be out for another few weeks or so. And we signed him from Athletico Pamplona for £17 million, and it's a bit distressing to actually lose him very early on in his Bilbao career. Most of the other stuff that happened were we let a lot of young players go out on loan. We sold a couple of players, but nothing to write home about. It was just a very, very quiet transfer window. We did sign a guy called Marcos. He's coming in on a free at the end of the season. He's possibly going to be a good deep-lying forward in the future, but he's just 16 years old, and we stole him for free, and maybe he will turn out in the future to be a very, very good forward, but he's not going to affect really this save very much. So in terms of the transfers, it's not been going very, very well at all. And in fact, the board have blocked everything that we have tried to do. In terms of the scouting, what's actually happened is they've been able to find no one really. And that is the list of players that they've actually been able to come up with who are anything like worthwhile. We did try to sign this John Caricaburu. He looks like he's a decent player for the future, and we tried to sign him, and the board blocked it because they felt that he didn't represent good value for money. So we are trying so hard, and in terms of, we look at the assignments, you can see all the way down, they have found no one recently. In fact, I've changed their instructions recently, and I'm now looking for older players and trying to expand their search, because it's becoming an absolute disaster area, this, and we're not able to find any players. I've got players all over the place looking for talent, and we can't find anything at the moment. And so the problems are off the field, and it's going to mean possibly a very difficult season next season and the season after, because players are aging in the squad that we have at the moment. But on the pitch, it's been very, very good. And I think that tactically we've set them up right, and I think we should have a look at what's happened on the pitch. so it has been a very, very good season so far, and we've only lost one game, and that was a surprise shock result against Mallorca. But we'd played a couple of days before, and we were very tired, and so maybe that was justified. But everybody else who's come, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, we've beaten them all. And we are still in the Spanish Cup. We have beaten Eibar in the third round 2-0. We beat Gujon in the fourth round by 3-2 after extra time. And then just recently we've beaten Real San Sebastian by 5-0. So we are in the semi-final of the Spanish Cup, but we don't know against who yet. And we did actually win the Super Cup final as well. And so we have today a game against Villarreal, and if we have a look at how La Liga is shaping up, then you can see we are currently top of the league with 61 points from 24 games. But Real Madrid are breathing down our neck in second place. They are currently 4 points behind, but they have a game in hand. And we do need to win this game against Villarreal today because Real Madrid have a home game against Granada. And I suspect they will win that very easily. So we need to win to keep up the pressure on Real Madrid. So I think now it's time to go and kick some balls. And this 4-4-2 has worked very, very well. It is not a plug-and-play tactic. It's not something you can just drop in. And in fact, we've changed it a little bit today because of the team that we are playing. But in essence, it's a fullback on support on the right with a fullback on attack on the left. We have a ball-playing defender on defend with a central defender on defend. Inverted wingers on either side. Usually one of them, I think on the left, is on support, but today we have decided to play them both on attack. We have a DLP and a box-to-box in midfield. It's not a spectacular tactic, this. And we have an advanced forward and a deep-lying forward up front. And today we are playing in a positive manner, but normally we will play in a very balanced way. In possession, I've just upped the passing directness recently because the board have become very unhappy that we're not playing in a direct passing style. We play with a higher tempo. It's a fairly wide attacking width, pass into space, play out of defence, run at defence and be more expressive. It's nothing really too sophisticated. We counter press when we lose possession and counter obviously when we win possession, and the goalkeeper's instructed just to take short kicks. And out of possession, today we are playing with a standard line because they are very, very pacey, and also a standard line of defence, and we're aware of the pace that this team have. Villarreal are known for being quite pacey, and we will trigger press more often and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. And it's a very simple little tactic that we are playing. And today the team is Simon in goal with Kappa, Ierre, Martinez and Yuri at the back, with Munion, Garcia, Raul Garcia and Danny Garcia in midfield, with Nico Williams as the other winger, and Inaki Williams and Villabra, they will play up front. And this is going to be a tough game, I think, because it's a makeshift team with players not really playing in the position that they would prefer to be playing. But we have beaten everybody who's come along so far, and I'm really hoping that we can go and do the same and put away Villarreal. We are a better team than them. They are currently in 9th in the league, and it is a game that we should be winning. And here is Martinez with a free kick, and that flies over the crossbar. And so we seem to have made the better start of the two teams. But there's a long way to go yet, and we just need to continue doing what we're doing. We're dominating the possession. We've had all the attacking chances, but we've got a bit of a problem here, and they do have a free kick. And this is obviously a worry. They are good from free kicks, and we don't want to be giving away too many of those. And I think FM's given me a little bit of a warning that we perhaps don't want to be too aggressive against Villarreal. I can't see anybody on a yellow card yet, which is good news. And here is Yuri with a throw. It is Bilbao coming forward. And there's a cross, and Williams is in space, and Williams has scored, and we have taken the lead. It is Bilbao 1, Villarreal 0, and that is exactly what I wanted. A good start, and we are in the driving seat. And this tactic is working so well. And Yuri, who's been put at left back today, he's delivered a delightful cross, and Williams has headed in at the back post. It's 1-0. We're pretty much dominating the game, although possession is not going our way. We're dominating the game, and I really would like a little bit more possession, but do I want to do anything at the moment? Not really, as the ball finds its way to Yuri. Here is Danny Garcia. There's a driven cross, and it is 2-0, but they are going to check VAR. It looked okay to me. He looked as if he was in an offside position, and so we remain hopeful, but I'm not sure. We'll wait for VAR. It does take a long time, VAR. And the goal has been disallowed. Unfortunately, he was in an offside position. Nico Williams sneaking in at the back post there. I thought he looked onside. Oh, he was just offside. And the delivery was just behind his movement. But it remains 1-0, and we are still winning this game. And we are still top of the league, and everybody who has come so far has been beaten by this Bilbao team, and they are pretty much surprising everyone, including me. But here come Villarreal, and they're looking to play out from the back, looking to pass. They have dominated possession, and that's something that I might look at in the second half, is maybe trying to get a little bit more of the ball, as Villarreal are looking to bring it forward. And here they come. They're looking to feed it through the middle. We've got that covered. But they are passing it around really nicely. And this is a bit of a worry. And there's a long shot that goes past the post. And it still remains 1-0. But it is a little bit of a worry how we don't have the possession that we want. And maybe at halftime I will think about doing something about that. But I think we just need to keep going. You've got the ability to make this count, and whilst morale is high, then we just need to keep that going. And I am going to reduce the passing to slightly shorter, and hopefully gain a little bit more possession as the second half goes on. And at the moment, though, we are in front by 1-0, and if we just check on Real Madrid, how are they getting on? Can't see. Oh, they're a goal up against Granada. So things are pretty much the same as when we started the game. As here is Danny Garcia. He finds Raul Garcia, and there's a long ball over the top. And that's a lovely take by Munian. Munian on the left wing. He finds Yuri inside him. Yuri, can he get a cross in? He looks to get a cross in. He can. And it's command. We are 2-0 up. It's Munian has made it 2-0. And that is a bit of a relief. The pressure's off, and we can relax a little bit. We are 2-0 up. We are top of the league. And things at the moment are really going very, very well tactically for us on the pitch. No team has been able to live with this. And the only team that we've been beaten by is Mallorca, which was a very, very strange result. But at the moment, I think Real Madrid have had a goal pulled back. because at the moment we're 6 points clear. And yes, it's now 1-1 between Real Madrid and Granada. And so we are at the moment 6 points clear of Real Madrid. And hopefully that will continue until the end of the game. And I think I need to make some changes. I've completely forgotten about that, but we'll wait till this highlight has gone. Williams is looking to find Garcia. Garcia finds Munyan. Munyan, he finds Raul Garcia, and that's a beautiful interchange. Munyan, can you get a cross in? And there's a chance, and it is 3-0, and it's Villabre who has made it 3-0, and now I think after this it's time to go and make some changes. We got some very tired players on the pitch, and we can now safely say the game is won. A lovely ball over the top by Danny Garcia, and Villabre just slid in and poked it into the corner. It is now time to make some changes. And so we have made a couple of changes. Hopefully now we can just see this game out. And here is Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, he's looking for support. He finds Martinez. Martinez, very, very good central defender. We're lucky to have him, and he has just signed a new contract. And it's over the top to him, and here is a chance as Munyan was in acres of space, and he couldn't put it away, even though he was faced with an open goal. But it remains 3-0. We're quite happy with a 3-0 victory, and we are still currently 6 points ahead of Real Madrid. We're just going to go into a more balanced style now and see this game out as Munyan. He's bringing it forward and he's looking for Williams over the top. Can Williams score? And he's hit the crossbar, and I wish he'd placed that rather than blast it. And it remains 3-0, and I think its time is running out, and that is it. That is the end of the game, and we have won by 3-0. And what a fabulous result, and it keeps us on top. And I think we will still be 6 points clear, and we are 6 points clear of Real Madrid. And this is a shock season that nobody in Spain was expecting to see. And you can see the results that we've had have been absolutely spectacular, and we are on this huge unbeaten streak since Mallorca, and there are games coming up that we should be winning quite easily. But I do know that if you lose one or two, then you can go into this really dreadful but bad spell. But we're going to try and avoid that. And so that's it for this episode. Things are going very, very well here. If you are new to the channel, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling above up there somewhere. And all that remains to be said now from a very, very happy Athletico Bilbao, but a stadium that does have a worry or two for future seasons, is we will see you in the next episode, which will be at the end of the season.